thought you were gonna say something.
Well, actually, you let me speak this. But it's a temporary thing.
Thank you all very much.
Great.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
guys.
And I will contact you, Sharon, next time. Thank you.
Bert, you didn't do your introductions.
Oh, sure. That's a good idea. Over here on your left, this is Mr. Levi Masters, and he, by the way, is a brand new husband.
Yes,
Wow.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
I was gonna tell you that, congratulations. Congratulations.
Is George Mahondas.
That's what I
He
thought,
is
yeah.
our president of the band right now, and he is a 1 year newlywed. And we're glad to have him. This young man right here is our tall drink of water, and he is all the way from Zanesville, Ohio. His name is Clay Lewis. And this young man never fails to surprise me. It's a wonderful shirt. Thank you. This is Mr. Kyle Beatty.
Yep.
This is Mayor Tom Orr.
He was a trombone player, huh?
Yes, and I'm the trombone
You know, I was
player.
watching how you guys puckered up on that thing.
Thank you all, have a good evening.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you all. That would be Kiki.
Giving him ideas.
I figured that. Exactly what I thought it was. Thank you, guys.
Thanks again,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Appreciate you. Okay, we'll go
Awesome.
to reading of the minutes. Mr. Leonard,
I make a motion, we dispense the reading in the minutes and place on file.
Mr. Overton.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, and that motion's granted. Mayor Orr, mayor's report.
Council President, you have to see Santa Claus on tonight.
Yes, because if somebody's watching and
I gotta tell you, listen to that band playing there and sitting there and watching the lights out of the corner and Santa sitting there, starting to think, wow, this place is really converting. Okay, we got a few things going on here, and this is more of a personal note, but I'll get it all out here. Some of you already know, but I became a grandfather for the 6th time today. I didn't do anything, I just,
well, it started with you.
yeah, it did somewhere along, I did have some involvement in it, but Grant Richard Mosser, 8 pounds, 2 ounces, and 20 inches. I struggle with all the measurements, I don't know what that. Anyhow, so wish the mother and everybody well, and puts a little extra stuff in everything. But number 1 on our list, Council President, this is a little different, but as Nick, as you, I think have found out, all of council, Nick's very serious to put it all together, and he's very active, and he's gonna go after everything, so we'll see what happens. But request from engineer to apply for the following funding applications. And ask your clerk any details of that. She really does have it nailed down how we need to handle this, but we just kind of corral Nick a little bit and get him to move forward. You don't really control it, but A, OPWC Continuous Street Program. B, SRTS, South Side of Claremont Avenue. I think, Bill, you would know what that looks like over there on the sidewalks over there.
Yep, yes, I do.
TAP, number C is TAP, T-A-P, sidewalks along South 11th St. Morgan Avenue. D, TID financing, TID, North 3rd Street. E, OPWC, North 5th Street culvert. F, OEPA, WSRLA, lead service line replacement, which we've done some of that already. He's going after some more of it. G, WSRLA, raw water line. H, SCEIG, raw water line. I, congressional funding, raw water line. J, community project funding, raw water line. K, ARC/GOA, raw water line. And L, CDBG, raw water line. And just in case you didn't hear it, we're going for raw water line. Two, request from Economic and Community Development to enter into contract with Progressive Community Development Initiative LLC. That's something we started last year, and we're adjusting that a little bit. Three, request from Fire Department to discuss building renovation plans.
Okay, all those requests will be sent to the Finance Committee.
And just so you know, council, Nick had asked me if it was appropriate for him to do this instead of trying to remember throughout the year when it's time to apply for these various grants. So what he's going to be coming to you in January and just basically asking you for authority to apply for these. And then once he gets word back as to whether he gets it or not, he will come back and ask you to accept it and appropriate it. So it'll be a very easy thing to do in January, basically just giving him authority to apply.
Thank you.
And just a couple little things. Secret Santa's been prowling around. If you know anybody or any way to help them out in any way, we appreciate the focus. They're doing a great job. And there's a little bit of change going on there. It's all good. Every so often, you got to reshuffle that because the energy factor it takes to do that is off the charts. But I can't thank all those people enough. I know they were out in front of City Hall Friday, and there's just a lot of other opportunities to give out there. This is something that I think dearly about, and I watch how the churches in our area work so hard. And this being the last time to meet here before Christmas, I would just like to say, if any families or anybody out there within the sound of my voice, check out a church with your family. I mean, pick any one of them. I mean, there's just an awful lot of good out there. And there's been an awful lot of some tough stuff on the news, out around us and stuff. Just, there's a lot of good out there, but you got to go looking sometimes. It's just not going to come to you. But that's just something as mayor, I think it would help our community, and just throw that out there for what it's worth. I just want to wish the whole community happy Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And thanks for getting that budget done. I can focus on little things like that. So council, that's all I have unless you have questions for me.
Any questions of the mayor? And by the way, Mayor, the Secret Santa ain't secret no more.
But yeah, there's something to that. It's nice seeing it.
All right, we'll go to communications.
I have none.
Okay. We'll go on to reports of committees.
Report of Finance Committee, December the 4th, we recommend that council authorize the city auditor to make advance draws for 2024.
Any questions of the committee on that report? Next, please.
Report of Finance Committee, December the 4th, we recommend that council pass an ordinance to establish fees for EMS billing.
Any questions of the committee on that report? Next, please.
Report of Finance Committee, December the 4th, we recommend that council approve the 2024 annual grant fund appropriation ordinance.
Any questions of the committee on that report? Next, please.
Report of Finance Committee, December the 4th, we recommend that the following transfers and appropriations be approved. Transfer $3,000 from Economic and Community Development Insurance to supplies. Transfer $7,000 from Economic and Community Development Insurance to miscellaneous. Transfer $299.88 from Mayor's Equipment to Mayor's Health Insurance. Transfer $475.14 from Mayor's Employee Salary to Mayor's OPERS. Transfer $54.13 from Auditor Insurance to Auditor OPERS. Transfer $3,201 from General Fund Miscellaneous Refunds to Safety Administration Health Insurance. Transfer $172.38 from General Fund Miscellaneous Refunds to Safety Administration OPERS. Transfer $100 from Law Director Insurance to Assistant Law Director Salary. Transfer $13,439.79 from Police Salaries to Police Pension. Transfer $5,000 from Fire Retirement to Fire Salaries. Transfer $103 from Water Office Supplies to OPERS. Appropriate $1,673.60 from SVA or to SVA salaries. Appropriate $10,411.38 to VOCA salaries. Appropriate $118,765.74 from the unappropriated water fund to water consulting. Appropriate $10,000 to state highway fines. Appropriate 63 cents to lead service line replacement. Appropriate $60,000 to Clark Street project.
Any questions of the committee on that report? Okay, we'll move on to unfinished business. Anything under unfinished business? If not, we'll go to the audience portion. Ms. Sue Ellen?
Do you want me to say my name?
You-
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, name and address.
Serious, oh,
You don't have to because she's.
that's exactly how stalkers start. Sue Ellen Johnson, almost ex-auditor of the city of Cambridge, 1503 North 10th Street. We had committees last Monday. Last Tuesday, Suzanne from the Auditor of State's office came to pay us a visit. And the city of Cambridge got its 7th Auditor of State Award for excellent audit.
Well deserved,
I'm
I'm
so
sure, as
excited.
always, Sue Ellen.
Nice. I hope Connor knows what he's doing. 'Cause he's got big shoes to fill.
But she said she is the southeastern representative. They audit over 60,000 municipalities, and she said this is the most awards she's ever given, is 7 to a community. So
Wow. That's
Sweet.
Awesome.
Yay.
I'm excited.
That very much a tribute to you, Sue Ellen.
Absolutely,
As
yes,
well
very
as
much.
the girls that work in your department, but
All those
that's
girls
just
are awesome.
amazing.
Well, it's everybody, honestly. It's the department heads, it's council, it's elected officials, everybody doing their job and what they're supposed to do. And our girls just wrap it up in a bow and send it out.
it's quite an honor for you on your way out.
Well, thank you. That's what I thought, and that's why I had to come back.
What a great gift.
Glad you did.
So, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you.
Merry
You too.
Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sal.
Well, my name is David Gall, and I'm a resident here at 831 Highland here in Cambridge. And I just wanted to come up this evening and just acknowledge now I'm not sure if he's in the building or not, but Jeff Leonard, counselor for Ward 1, and the services he's provided this community over the course of the past 9 years. Now, I can't say anything about the previous 6 years, but I can cover, since 2020, since myself and my family moved into this community. And one of the cool and interesting things is that Jeff was actually the real estate agent that was able to stick through the process of us trying to close a home in the period of the COVID, when it took over 120 days, that something that should have closed in 30, took 120 days to close in 2020. And I want to acknowledge, first of all, the welcoming at that time, because it was a very difficult time and challenge for everybody in the community, not just here, but all around the world. But what I really appreciate is that his openness to serve. More so, there's 2 other examples which I'd like to share with you that I had the opportunity to experience. And that was the one where, and it's kind of ironic tonight that I bring this one up, but anyways, at that time, the very first time I entered into these chambers was in January of 2020. And if we all can remember, many of us were wearing masks. And the unique thing is that as difficult, and everybody's trying to figure out what was the best solution for them, this council and this group, what I found when I coming into this community, was open. Jeff was one of the few, if not the only one, that was realistically at that time not wearing a mask, but he was standing for his principles and his values. And that's one of the things that helped an individual like me coming into the community, because regardless of where you were on the scale, it was irrelevant. The fact that it was being at least openly acknowledged was the most important, because we're learning now what the real reality was that we were facing at that time. And probably, which is kind of ironic like today, because I think if he's in the building, he's wearing a mask. But anyways, the other situation which was a very difficult time. It was a difficult time for the community, and it was a very difficult call, and that was US Bridge. Now, at that time, Ward 1 was in the process of trying to review, or not Ward 1 was trying to review, US Bridge was making a decision of, hey, they have a difficult situation that they're in. They're looking to expand, which is very important, because that provides, more jobs to the community. And there was a difficult decision to be made. And that is no, on a micro level and a macro level, there is a situation where on the micro level, nobody wants to see a street closed. I don't care where you are. Doesn't matter if you're up in, I'm not in Ward 1. I'm obviously in a different ward. But nobody wants to see a street closed. However, at the same time, there's a situation where you have an employer that is coming to the community and saying, hey, I really want to stay here, but here's the challenges that I face. If I'm going to remain competitive now and into the future, these are the things that I'm going to require, that I see moving forward to require to be able to have that happen. And obviously, that was the vote in which the vote to choose to close Gomber or not to close Gomber. And, the values and Jeff's values on that is now he was representing his ward. And I think that's a very powerful thought. I think that's a very powerful position to be in. He was listening to the people in his ward, and he was representing his ward. And obviously, that vote didn't go in Jeff's favor or the people's in that favor. However, the reality is that here we are in 2023. Now, I don't know what the whole situation is there, but I know this: Gomber's not closed. And it may not close. Who knows what's going to happen? But I think that's kind of the uniqueness is in where this council is beneficial, and individuals like Jeff are being willing to stand and serve and hear what the people are saying and providing that service. And so I just want to acknowledge Jeff for that work that he's done over the past 9 years. And I know that the work that he's going to continue to do in this community as his business grows will all benefit all us as well. So Jeff, thank you very much. I appreciate your friendship as well. And more importantly, Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Thank you,
Christmas,
David.
Dave. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go on to new business. Anything under new business? If not, we'll go to ordinances and resolutions.
Well, we have a resolution that is not on our agenda, but that's okay because it's ceremonial and we're allowed to do that. So we have a resolution recognizing Jeff Leonard for his years of service to the city of Cambridge. Whereas Jeff Leonard began his service to the city of Cambridge by being appointed on November the 24th, 2014 by the Republican Central Committee to fill a vacancy in the First Ward Council seat. And whereas Jeff was first appointed to the City Services Committee, where he later served as chairman, he also served on the Legislative and Finance Committee. Jeff has successfully completed the Cambridge Police Department Citizens Police Academy. And this is the part I love. Whereas Jeff has been a champion of all things Cambridge, particularly Main Street, CrossFit, Cambridge City Parks Department, Dickens Victorian Village, Cambridge Area Chamber of Commerce, Cambridge Ice Rink, and was the initial supporter of LifeWise Guernsey and a member of the Guernsey County Republican Club. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the City of Cambridge, County of Guernsey, and State of Ohio, Cambridge City Council wishes to recognize, congratulate, and extend our thanks to Jeff Leonard for his years of dedicated and faithful service to the residents of Cambridge, and we extend our best wishes to him. Jeff?
Well, thank you, Sharon.
Now, Santa, if you'll take this to Jeff and give it to him.
Pass that on to him. Thank you, Mr. Kogo, President. Thank you. There we go.
It was fun typing that, Jeff, because when I was looking down through the list, it was like, it's true. You have just been a wonderful champion for all things Cambridge, and
Yeah.
that's awesome.
There's still a lot of work to do yet. Yes, and if you would, please continue the $100 donation every year for the fireworks for the mayor as we started up here. Yes, that would be greatly appreciated.
A resolution authorizing the city auditor to make advance draws for 2024.
Mr. Loughlin,
Motion to suspend.
Mr. McMillan,
Second to suspend.
roll call on the suspension, please.
Laufman.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Leonard.
Yes.
Mr. Wolverton,
Make a motion to pass.
Mr. Leonard.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
McMillan.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Leonard.
Yes.
Laufman.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
That ordinance is declared adopted. Next, please.
An ordinance establishing fees for EMS billing.
Mr. Wolverton,
Motion to suspend.
Ms. Hill,
Second to suspend.
roll call on suspension, please.
Leonard.
Yes.
Laufman.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Mr. Zaleski,
Motion to pass.
Mr. Leonard.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
McMillan.
Yes.
Leonard.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Laufman.
Yes.
And that ordinance is declared adopted. Next, please.
An ordinance of transfers and appropriations.
Mr. Loffman,
Motion to suspend.
Ms. Hill,
Second to suspend.
roll call on the suspension, please.
McMillan.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Leonard.
Yes.
Laufman.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Mr. McMillan,
Motion to pass.
Mr. Leonard.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Leonard.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Laufman.
Yes.
And that ordinance is declared adopted. Next, please.
Annual grant fund appropriation ordinance.
Ms. McMillan,
Motion to suspend.
Mr. Zaleski,
Second to suspend.
roll call on suspension, please.
Leonard.
Yes.
Laufman.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Mr. Loffman,
Motion to pass.
Mr. Or Overton.
Second to pass.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
McMillan.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Laufman.
Yes.
Leonard.
Yes.
And that ordinance is declared adopted. It's right here, right here. Oh.
You're the president, not the clerk.
He said different lines on it, confused me. Okay, we'll go on to miscellaneous. Mr. Loffman,
Well, before I do the finance committee, for first of the year, it'll be actually on the,
We will announce it after the first of the year.
okay, yeah, so there's nothing on there. What I wanted to say was, Jeff, good luck to you. It has been a pleasure serving on council with you. I look forward to seeing you in the future. I know you're around town and you've got a big booming business going, and I look forward to dealing with you in the future.
Mr. Wolverton,
With that being said, I wanted to tell Jeff how much I really appreciated all the support that he's always given me over the years. And he really is somebody that I leaned on in a tremendous way for advice on several different things. And not only on council, but within the city, within my own personal life. And I'm going to miss him. I appreciate him.
Mr. Zaleski.
Jeff, I want to say the same thing. It's been an honor and a privilege sitting next to you, serving with you. And I've leaned on you a little bit. I've gained a lot of wisdom from you. I just want you to know.
Will you write that down, send that on?
I can't spell it. But I want you to know. It's been an honor. It's been a privilege.
you.
It's been
Yeah.
a blessing to share a seat next to you. So
Appreciate
best wishes, brother.
Ms. Hill.
I just want to reiterate what everyone else has said. It's been an honor and a privilege. I've enjoyed getting to know you better, and I most admire your courage. You're willing to stand up and come up with a few hard no's every now and then, and I appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Gonna miss you.
Ms. McMillan.
What she said and he said and he said. And he said. Thank you, Jeff, for everything that you have done and continue to do for the city. Keep opening these offices out of town. We're not gonna see you much, but that's awesome. And you know, on a personal level, I think you're one of the nicest persons I've ever met who has worked very hard for this city, and I know you'll continue to do so. And I just thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything.
I'm not going anywhere.
I know you're not.
And Jeff, I meant what I said. It was fun typing that resolution and putting that together because we know it and we see it. We know you're involved in this and we know you're involved in that. But when you start compiling the list and I believe that we're all champions of Cambridge, but you stand out. And you're always the one that's on Facebook encouraging a business, supporting another business, cheering on those that are doing good things for our community. And on a personal note for me was your contribution to make sure that LifeWise happened. Had it not been for your generosity, it may not have happened.
And I just want to add, Jeff, thank you to your wife too. Because when you have been to events and been, she's been here and she's been at the various events with you. And so I just want to say thank you to Linda as well.
Oh, you had something
Yeah,
else?
I just want to say one more thing. I was on I am on Central Committee when we seated you in 2014, and I did not know you then, and I got to know you little by little at that time. I was 100% for you that day, and I still am. You've never let us down.
Thank you, Don.
Here.
I walked to the microphone. Let's not make him out like he's all that daggone.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You gotta make him cry.
Let's just call, I'll call it,
I'm gonna be able to get
come
this
at it, I'm
out.
gonna come at it from a different angle. All of you, all of us, everyone, we care and we try, and it's an odd mix at times. And when we had to go through that thing on a high bridge, whoever brought that up? There's sits, and there's a family thing going on there, and they're working through it supposedly, but we did our part. Life happens. Thanks for your time here in it. It's a weird mix. It's a quirky mix. We've all had that kind of moment where one of you feels strong about something or secondary, and I usually have to kind of lightly referee everything on the other side. And again, with Sharon, I appreciate that. But your willingness to be in business out there and check things out and do and promote things. And I'm not a big Facebooker type person, so some of you ones that track all that and watch it a little bit helps us govern, because we don't have a newspaper anymore. I mean, that single-handedly has destroyed a good part of it. So if I had to say one thing, once you've served in this body, all of us, you're still a teammate.
Yes.
You know the years, and then you can call somebody and say, hey, what about, and being, like always, just maybe plant a couple of seeds and see what happens, but losing our mind don't help. One thing I think, this is for everybody here. So far, I think that's one of our best assets. Bisel and Cambridge, county and Cambridge, council, administration, citizenry, for the most part, it's pretty wholesome out there. It really works hard at it. Do we have a couple areas can do? Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's what you call job security. I tell Marty at the park all the time, you can clean and clean and clean it, and someone's going to tear it up. I mean, that's just what happens. But I'll quit going on and on, Santa. It's good to see you tonight.
Thank you, thank you.
I just want to say, Santa, I've been a good girl. So
Let me
so
check-
Christmas is coming, and just remember me. I'm on the good list.
I'll check it out here.
Well, we saved the best for last. Jeff, I got to tell you, one of the first times we were discussing something, and I called you. I just wanted to know where you're coming from, where it stood, and then we got into the meeting, and Linda was sitting across in the old building. Linda was sitting across, and I kind of got a bad look from her, and I thought, oh, they misinterpreted what I was doing. So you and I talked, and I said, wasn't giving you the one trying to scold you or find out. And from that point on, we worked together rather well. I admire you for your conviction. When I lost my mind at a meeting once, and
We're not doing that again.
but I gave you kudos as because you were representing the people of your ward, and you adamantly spoke against closing Gomer Avenue, and deeply appreciate the fact that you were always a person of your conviction, and you worked well with others once we got through that initial contact. But yeah, I got to tell you, it's been a pleasure. And fun watching you go through this. When you started with CrossFit down there, and you got scolded for sending in a picture of your broccoli with cheese on it, and got called in the principal's office. That was a lot of fun watching you go through all that. So, but I appreciate the fact that you were willing to serve, and that you did such a good job.
Thank you, Bill.
Mr. Overton wants to speak. to
I'm going
us.
to be like Lee Corso and say, not so fast. I just want to take a moment to congratulate Sue Ellen on her retirement. And, you know, when I said that earlier about the big shoes, I really do mean that. And I hope that you will still come up and see us, and you're still one of my favorite aunts. I love you.
All right, anything else that are miscellaneous? Seeing nothing, our next meeting will be, what,
Well, I'll send an email
Okay.
because we've got 5 Mondays, so that it's complicated.
Yeah.
We'll deal with that in January.
yeah. So right now, we're shutting off our collective minds,
Yes.
and we'll go from there. Mr. Leonard, one more time.
All right. First of all, I would just like to say Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. And we are, make a motion, we adjourn.
We are adjourned.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.